Hi guys, and welcome to House of Boxing's HOB TV, our first premiere episode. We're really excited to give you guys updates on boxing, previous fights, upcoming fights, as well as having special guests in the near future. My name is David Berrigan. I'm the co-owner of the House of Boxing, as well as ex-amateur fighter, professional boxer, boxed all my life, raised in the sport of boxing, so I'm really excited. I'm going to pass it over to my partner, Steve. He's going to give his background into today.
My name is Steve. 6 years as a boxing writer, contributor to La Prensa San Diego. Covered big fights, fighters, the whole deal, fights locally, out of state, the whole deal. I'm very excited about this big fight weekend. We got our boy right here, Manny Pacquiao, but we're going to get into some other stuff.
Yeah, so today we have some big news. Obviously, today is Muhammad Ali's birthday, so I want to give a birthday shout out to him. He would have been 77 years old, so one of the greats. So we definitely got to give a big shout out to him.
Definitely.
But yeah, today again we have some more big news. We have something that I've been waiting for.
Really big.
We have Canelo versus Daniel Jacobs, which is going to be happening May 4th. No exact venue yet. Possibly T-Mobile Arena, New York, but definitely excited for that fight.
All indications are that it will be at T-Mobile Arena. And this was before the Fielding fight that Golden Boy sent out a presser saying that they had reached a deal with T-Mobile for May 4th. So I think we could assume that it will be in Vegas.
Yeah. Definitely a good fight. It's definitely what I was waiting for. I didn't want to see a Triple G Canelo 3 in May. That's definitely, I'm hoping that for September. So this is exactly the fight that I wanted to need. Canelo's going with a lot of the top big middleweights out there. So this is definitely the next step to hopefully unify the division. But you know what? That leaves the question too. Where does this leave Triple G?
Well, the million-dollar question on everybody's mind is, where is Triple G? Oscar De La Hoya sent out a tweet last week saying he was trying to make a third fight. My guess is that they sent out some kind of deal, email, phone call to Tom Loeffler and Triple G, and got no response apparently. Tom Loeffler tweeted something out saying, hey, me and Triple G, we're okay. Let's cut the rumors out of a rift being between us. My guess is that Triple G Canelo happens in September, maybe December. There's a lot of variables to take into that fight being made. First and foremost, Triple G has to decide on a network. If he goes with DAZN, the third fight will be very easy to make.
Yeah,
okay?
Of course.
He could go with Andrade first, and then Canelo in September.
There's still Billy Joe Saunders out there.
Billy Joe Saunders is floating around somewhere.
Exactly.
I don't know where.
Yeah.
But he's still out there.
Yeah, he's still there. With DAZN.
With DAZN.
With DAZN, yeah. So there's definitely plenty of options with DAZN for Triple G to fight.
Now, let's say if Triple G signs with ESPN or Premier Boxing Champions, good luck making a third fight.
Right.
It's going to be nearly impossible. If he signs with DAZN, like we said, it'll be very easy to make.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this big fight, May 4th, Canelo versus Daniel Jacobs. Definitely a fight that I want to see.
How do you like Jacobs' chances?
I mean, Jacobs' movement might be an issue for Canelo, but I think Canelo, with the body work coming early to the body, I think he'll slow him down, and I think eventually he'll catch him at the end with either a nice clean left hook or that overhand right hand that he throws. He definitely has the power, and he definitely has the confidence level that a champion needs to be at that level. So I mean, I'm choosing for Canelo for a late knockout.
I could see a late knockout. Many people say that after the Jacobs Triple G fight, Triple G didn't look the same. He looked older, and I think you could say the same for Jacobs a bit. I mean, look at his last two fights. He was touched up a bit. Last fight, split decision. Some people had it going the other way.
Yeah.
So he's definitely, in my opinion, lost a step. But he's still going to make a great showing for himself.
Yeah, and he always does.
I think at this juncture, for Canelo, it was the best possible option for him to make. So kudos to Golden Boy on making it happen. And I'm really looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, so now I'm just waiting for the Triple G announcement. So, I mean, I'm waiting for him to come out and let us know what he's going to do. I definitely want to see him fight Jermell Charlo. I mean, he's another big middleweight out there. So, I mean, he's definitely a possible candidate that I'm hoping that he fights.
So, Jermell Charlo, that would mean that he would have to sign with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, to make that fight happen, right? That's a fight you want to see, Triple G. I want to see you come out wherever you are.
Yeah.
And I want to see Triple G and Zurdo Ramirez. That would mean that Triple G would have to sign with the ESPN. I think
move up and wait.
It's a Mexican-style fight. He could gain a lot of fans back that are questioning that Mexican style after that second Canelo fight. Has fight of the year potential. Zurdo Ramirez and Triple G at 168. He would have to move up.
So with this fight being announced, it definitely caused a lot of stir in the boxing community. But there was also some big news earlier this week with the Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan that is going to be taking place April 20th, possibly Madison Square Garden or MGM Grand. So that's another big fight that's coming up. It's top-ranked cash cow Terrence Crawford. For some, possibly the pound for pound, definitely on the top 3, top 5 pound for pound list. So personally, I think it's a great fight for him. They're slowly moving him up. Definitely a step up from Benavidez. I mean, I give credit to Benavidez. He performed very well given the circumstances coming off that injury. But yeah, I like the fight. I mean, Amir Khan definitely has that glass chin, but he's an exciting fighter, man. He has heart, and he brings a fight, and it's definitely a name for Terrence Crawford to put under his resume.
I'm not a big fan of the fight. I see why it got signed. I don't see at this point. Terrence Crawford, he's a top 5, top 3 pound-for-pound fighter, and I don't see how beating a guy like Amir Khan is going to help his career out. Amir Khan has that name right now, but what has he done lately, really? I just don't see how it helps Crawford's career. I kind of see why Top Rank went in that direction. All the big welterweights, all the big names are in the PBC, so their hands are a little bit tied when it comes to matchmaking. But for me, there's a lot to be desired in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like I said, I think it's a good step-up fight for him. And like you said, you mentioned, with PBC having all the 147s right now, it's hard for him to pick and choose who he fights right now. So this brings us to this weekend's big fight. Manny Pacquiao versus Adrien Broner. So we're really excited, man. I think it's a great fight, man. I mean, definitely Manny Pacquiao's already older. Adrien Broner is looking to make a statement in his career where he needs something to happen.
Okay, the theme of the sports weekend, all the way around, from the NFL to boxing, is 40-year-old athletes. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Manny Pacquiao. I expect all three to dominate. And, boxing's infatuation with the character that is Adrien Broner continues. This guy finds himself in yet another big fight, has a reputation of never being able to win the big one, and I don't see how this is going to be any different.
I mean, I see that happening. I eventually see that happening. Pacquiao being the busier fighter, throwing more punches, giving them lateral movements. But there's still that other side to this story where Broner definitely needs a win in his career. He definitely seems hungry. He's with he's with his coach. They seem like they got stuff together. So I mean, there's still that other side, man. I mean, Adrien Broner's a bigger dude at 147. He looks bigger in the weigh-ins. I could see him kind of bullying his way through and trying to manhandle Manny Pacquiao. Like you said, he's 40 years old, so I mean, the age is up there. But I mean, the only issue that I see with Broner, if I'm looking at that route, is that he only throws one punch. He tries to throw one punch, and it's not enough.
Exactly.
It's not enough. Sometimes he's trying to throw 2-3 combinations, thinking he has that knockout power, but it's not enough to beat Manny Pacquiao. I don't think. Like I said, I think at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao is going to be the busier fighter, throwing combinations, stepping to the side, throwing combinations, and winning a unanimous decision.
Exactly. Manny Pacquiao, this is his 70th career fight.
Impressive, yeah. Back
with Freddie Roach, they reunited. But as you alluded to, Broner's production is just not there. He hasn't looked the same in the higher weights as he did at 35. And I expect Manny Pacquiao to do the same thing that Mikey Garcia did to him, which is double the punches landed to him. All the way around, power punches, jabs, every category I expect Manny Pacquiao to sweep. I also agree with you, unanimous decision for Manny Pacquiao. So brings up the question, we both feel Manny Pacquiao is going to win. Where does he go after Broner?
I mean, there's definitely some options out there. He's with PBC now. I mean, there's Keith Thurman. There's Danny Garcia, which is a possible fight. I think Danny Garcia needs a win back in. He needs to get back in the win column and get his. I think that'll be a great fight. So I mean, PBC definitely has plenty of 147s to play with there.
I feel Manny Pacquiao is going to be chasing the dollars, chasing the money, man. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Pacquiao against some of the PBC welters. Thurman, even Porter, Garcia would make interesting fights. But at this point of his career, seeing how much he made from the first fight, he's gonna pursue a rematch with Floyd Mayweather. Don't be surprised to hear Manny Pacquiao call out Mayweather for a rematch.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised. But now let's look at Adrien Broner. Where does this leave him? A win. This win definitely puts him back in the mix. Back in the mix. Yeah.
As we mentioned, he's an interesting character that boxing loves to have around.
Yeah.
They were hoping he would fill the void left by Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. So far, he has with his mouth. I don't know, talent-wise, if it's there. But a lot of interesting options for him as well. I mean, maybe even he could call out Mayweather. Who knows what Adrien Broner is going to do? That's an interesting part of him. His camp is promising a knockout. Both camps are promising knockouts, but Adrien Broner is no Juan Manuel Marquez. I just don't see it happen.
Yeah, I think it's a great fight. At the end of the day, it's going to be a great fight, man. I mean, the only thing that bothers me is this thing is pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what the heck? How is this thing pay-per-view? I mean, I was hoping to just be regular Showtime,
So what's your plans Saturday night?
Trying to find a place to watch it. I mean, I'm going to try to find a place to watch it. Hopefully one of my Filipino friends, I'm pretty sure they would have it. So I mean, I was a little disappointed it being pay-per-view, but I mean, it'll be a good fight. Like I said, I'm going to try to find a place to watch it.
You find even the most hardcore boxing fans don't know who's on the undercard.
That's true.
You got Badu Jack, Marcus Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to be desired in the undercard, and I don't feel the $75 for the whole production of it. I mean, you're better off watching it at a movie theater. Fathom has joined, with the PBC, and that's a more, money-wise, that's the way to go. Yeah.
So, man, at the end of the day, we got Manny Pacquiao winning by unanimous decision. And
Floyd rematch after that? No.
I know, hopefully, man.
Or Manny McGregor? No.
Manny McGregor, heck no. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, upcoming, Facebook. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.